Welcome to DIYEasyCrafts.com. Today we're going to take a look at how to make heat transfer vinyl hats with the OIIEE heat press. So this is a very simple project. I've used this heat press before to make shirts. It's a 5-in-1 heat press, which basically means you can do shirts and you can do cups and plates and also hats. I've done videos on the shirts. On this video I'm going to do the hats. This particular heat press was ranked in the top 10 on Amazon, and it was fairly affordable, under $200 delivered. So I'm going to convert it from the standard configuration where you're going to heat press a garment like a shirt by disconnecting the single wire going from the heat plate to the controller. And then there's going to be 2 screws that hold that heat plate to this top bracket. And this machine actually comes with a combination tool. It's a Phillips screwdriver on one side and an Allen wrench on the other. So 2 screws, it's not that difficult to unscrew. It would be easier if you just had a long Allen wrench, a little bit longer Allen wrench, or a little bit of a longer screwdriver. But it comes off fairly simply. I also removed the bottom slide, or the bottom plate, and underneath that it exposes 2 additional screws and screw holes. You want to attach the base of the hat attachment to the base of the heat press, and that's just done with 2 Phillips screws. And if you use their tool, you can't make a full swing, but you can get the job done. I'm then going to attach the top of the hat heat press element, again with the 2 Allen key screws. You can tighten those up. And then you just have to reattach the single wire, which now comes from the heating element for the hat attachment, directly into the controller. Now what's nice about this particular machine is the controller is preset at the 356 degrees you need for most garments and hats and fabric. The particular design for this hat is going to be I found it on my daughter's Etsy store called ABKR Creations, and it's a waving America flag themed logo or design. Now what I did was I imported this into my Silhouette Cameo vinyl cutting machine software. I then released the compound path and I ungrouped all the objects, and then I'm going to regroup all of the items that are going to be printed in blue. I'm going to print those out or cut those out separately, and I regrouped those so I can move them as a single element. I can move them around as a single element. Remember, when you're going to be cutting out vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, you really want to work on the mirror image, the back. So what I do is I size it to where I want it, the size of the finished object that's going to fit on the hat. Then I grab one side and I flip it, and then I just pull it from the other side until it's the exact same length that I originally desired. So from this point, you're basically looking at the back of the design or the mirror image of the design. I'm going to remove the blue section and I'm going to print the red separately. Take the time needed to make a couple of test cuts to make sure that the knife in your machine is going to cut through the vinyl but not through that clear transfer film. If you've got the depth set correctly, not only does it cut nicely, but when you go to weed the vinyl, it's much easier. So these designs were really designed to be weeded easily. Nice, big, bold. For some of the smaller details, I like to use a 90-degree pair of tweezers just to pick out, in this case, the stars. And then the flag or the red elements also weed just as easily. So now we've got both on the transfer film that comes with the heat transfer vinyl, and when you flip it over, you can see it correct right side up. So now we're going to move back to the heat press. I got these hats on Amazon. I bought a bunch of them. They were very inexpensive. I'm going to position that on that hat mount, and I'm going to preheat it for at least 10 seconds. You really want to warm up that material, get it nice and hot. So 5-10 seconds. And now I can apply the first color of this design, which is going to be the red. So I'm going to position that logo exactly where I want it on the hat. Take your time. Make sure that it's exactly where you want it. And this heat press, the swing arm kind of swings in. You have to make sure it doesn't hit that transfer film or move your logo at all. You don't really want to pick up the heat element. You'll get burned, but you can just be a little bit careful. I heated the first side or the first color for about 20 seconds, and that allows you to be able to remove that transfer film before applying the second color. The second color is going to be the blue, in this case the A of America. And I'm just going to position that by eye. I'll swing that swing arm back into position, making sure that that A stays exactly where I want it. And then I'll heat press it for 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds, when the timer goes off, I can relieve the pressure. Don't forget, these heat presses work not only with heat, but also with pressure. I can peel the transfer film with a contact film away from the blue, and we've got a finished product. A very simple, easy to make, two-color heat transfer hat using the OIIEE heat press. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I ask that you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. By all means, check us out on the web at DIYEasyCrafts.com and check out the variety of different DIY projects I've got on there. Thank you very much for watching.